So crude oil, basically the word crude mean it is yet not refined. And from where this crude oil, thick, black, oily, dark, viscous, useless mixture, because if it is burned, it is of no use because it produces so much of the air pollution, so much of the smoke, okay. But crude oil need to be refined, and it is refined. We'll see detail the refining of the crude oil, and then it produces variety of hydrocarbons, variety of organic compounds, but the large variety of these organic compounds are alkanes. Alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. The word saturated hydrocarbons mean carbon has all the single bonds throughout the carbon skeleton, throughout the skeleton of the molecule. You see any molecule, suppose this is propane, the alkane, and every bond around the carbon atom is what? Single bond. Look at it, it has 4 single bonds. We'll see these things. Alkanes are largely used as fuel, I said, the gas, the petrol, the diesel, lubricating oils, all sort of lubes they are. We'll see in the detail. They are also alkanes, okay. So alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, and these hydrocarbons are recognized by a general formula. You see the general formula, CnH2n plus 2, where N stand for what? Number of carbon atoms. You want to devise the molecular formula for any alkane molecule, the crude oil fraction, you can use the N. If it is N1, it means N1, 2 into 1 into 2 makes as CH4. The smallest of the members, simplest of the member of the alkane series, and yet so important because this is methane, this is gas, this is natural gas that actually is used to produce the domestic fuel, or it is a domestic fuel, or it is used for all the powerhouses and stations and textile sectors, and gas actually is so much important for all sort of industrial sector, and also it is used in transportation. Greener fuel comparatively because less of the pollution it creates. And look at, if the N value is 2, it means C2, H2 into 2 plus 2 makes it as C2H6. So you devise a general formula, that is C2H6, it is ethane. So I said alkanes we are going to see in detail, and alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, and alkanes got a CnH2n plus 2 general formula. N stand for number of carbon atoms in the molecule, and I said origin of the alkane is from the crude oil, and crude oil is a fossil fuel. It is fossil fuel because it is formed over millions of years of time, and fossil fuels are basically obtained from Earth's crust by drilling, and this drilled out stuff, the thick black oily liquid, need to be refined, and we're going to see the refining of the crude oil and how these different fractions of the alkanes are obtained.